welcome to Rotterdam. This is the Barcelona side, hit by those two suspensions to Amor in midfield and most significantly to the goalkeeper, Zubizarreta. So Carlos Busquets makes his first team debut in this intense atmosphere of a major European final. And although Johan Cruff had his own Dutch medical men working on Hristo Stoichkov, the Bulgarian international, as expected, hasn't made it. And at number 9, in comes Julio Salinas. Manchester United have had goalkeeping problems themselves. Les Sealey has been out since last month's League Cup final. He badly cut a knee at Wembley, but he's been past fit along with 19-year-old Lee Sharp at number 11 and an important defender, Gary Pallister. The one difficult decision came in midfield, and Michael Phelan has been preferred to Neil Webb, who was a member of England's World Cup squad. Special night for Mark Hughes, of course, a former Barcelona player. Well, because of the colour clash, both teams have changed to fairly unfamiliar strips. Manchester United all in white, a brand new kit that they actually left behind at the airport when they set off on Monday. But happily it has arrived. Bryan Robson and Alasanko, the two captains. There's a great spirit in the stadium. And Barcelona will kick off. Beaten only 4 times in the Spanish league this season, and one of those defeats on Saturday with a weakened side by the strugglers Cadiz. Didn't have any effect really on the league title, but it rather wounded Barcelona's pride. Manchester United starting with Mark Hughes up front, and maybe Brian McClair, who heads here, floating off him. McClair quite happy to drop at times into midfield. Julio Salinas. Barcelona under Cruyff have adopted a very adventurous way of playing. They have Alasanko, the captain, as the sweeper, and Ronald Koeman, who has often played in that role, and of course, like his coach, is back in familiar territory today. Koeman starting as a midfield player, but perhaps quite a defensive one. Paul Ince, Dennis Irwin is the number 2 for Manchester United. Hughes flicks it on, and it was Sharp coming infield, almost getting on the blind side of Nando. Is it exciting enough? There's some animation on the United bench. Now Barcelona are concerned about Manchester United's prowess in the air. The players have been warned not to give away free kicks, and of course corners, you have to concede some of them in your defending. And on that occasion United really wasted the opportunity to give Barcelona an early examination in the air. Pitch showing signs of wear from the Dutch league season. Feyenoord, the club based here, haven't had the best of times recently. And when you look at the Johan Cruff Roll of Honour, of course he was a Feyenoord player as well, late in his Dutch career. At the moment Salinas starting wide on the right. McClair, here's Koeman picking it off. Bound to be early nerves even for players of immense experience as we have here, and of course there are some rookies as well. Vaquero, here's Goicoechea. Salinas goes into the centre. Now Koeman. Clayton Blackmore having in the end to make the tackle, hoping that Julio Salinas wouldn't be able to keep the ball in play initially. The stadium not full, with so much concentration on security and the proper distribution of tickets. Sometimes it acts as a discouragement to those who should be allowed to come. Goalkeeper takes the corner all the way back here to Bergiristein, and Manchester United win an offside decision. United have had the easier route to this final against the Hungarians from Pech, Wrexham, who finished bottom of the Football League, the 4th division. Those were the first 2 ties, and then Montpellier from France was more demanding. And a fairly straightforward semi-final against Legia Warsaw. For Barcelona, it's got tougher and tougher. Trabzonspor and Fram from Iceland were overcome with a fair amount of ease in the early rounds, but then Dynamo Kiev and Juventus, great scalps those for Barcelona. Laudrup. Goicoechea. Here's Baquero. Barcelona really on the way the season has gone for the two clubs, starting as the favourites, but Manchester United have the thrust of Lee Sharp, who has had a simply magnificent season. He didn't get back into the side until October, but since then he's been a regular. He's played for England. He's won the Young Player of the Year award. He's scored crucial goals and embarrassed opponents, and given Manchester United a new dimension. I hope I'm not building him up too much, because he still is very raw. But he's certainly a potential match winner. But Barcelona have characters of their own in that respect. Nando's ball forward. Robson goes in, but is penalised. Here's Eusebio. Just over 5 minutes gone. And Phelan's header has actually gone for a ball that Irwin was attracted to as well. Goicoechea was momentarily unmarked. Irwin wanting to prevent a corner. The referee had a good look. The linesman on the far side didn't see anything wrong. The Barcelona fans behind that goal trying to influence the officials. Throw taken by Ferrer. Hughes. Salinas can let that go out of play. Mark Hughes went from Manchester United to Barcelona in 1986 under the then coach Terry Venables, along with Gary Lineker. Lineker had much more success, but Hughes would love to show Barcelona supporters what they missed out on, really. Didn't do himself justice in Spain. Baquero, beautifully done, drawing Paul Ince in. But Robson got the ball fairly this time. Sharp. Plenty of cover though on Lee Sharp, then brought out by Eusebio. Sharp brought him down. Barcelona still have the ball, and the referee just had a quick word with Lee Sharp to say that he'd seen the foul. McClair has recently become a father. I hope he got enough sleep over the past few days before the team came out here. McClair again. Irwin the Irishman. And Busquets will be grateful for any feel of the ball that he can get. Imagine his feelings when he watched on his own television at home, Zubizarreta get that second yellow card in Turin in the semi-final second leg, and the penny dropped that he would be playing here. Barcelona haven't had the opportunity to give him a league game in the interim. Ferrer. Vaquero will need some tracking down by Manchester United. He's a potential goal scorer from midfield, although he's playing a part here in trying to orchestrate the attack with Nando's help. It's something of a plan that we've seen from Johan Cruff before. There's not too much in attack through the middle. Laudrup will get there when required. Julio Salinas is really giving some width on the right-hand side. Goicoechea on the left. Good control from Hughes, who is so strong with his back to the defenders. Pallister. Now McClair, who, as I say, can crop up anywhere. And that's the kind of service that Sharp will be looking for, and Manchester United will be trying to provide for him. Pallister, who was injured playing at Crystal Palace on Saturday, had a thigh strain, showing no sign of it. Back from Ronald Koeman, who had a much more serious problem back in November with a partially torn Achilles tendon, which kept him out through the European winter months. Here's Salinas. Oh, and he very nearly dispossessed Steve Bruce, who seemed to be in control of the situation. It's a fine ball from Pallister to Brian McClair. It's a great chance for Manchester United, and McClair, who is their leading scorer, has wasted it. Look at the quality in the pass. McClair supplied the run. He'd done everything right until it came to the shot, which was a very poor one. Brian McClair, a scorer in every round, and he should have been a scorer in the final. First clear-cut opening of the match. It came after 10 minutes. But it has surely given Manchester United some encouragement against this type of defending that often involves Ronald Koeman, but not so crucially in this game, because Alasanko is covering behind him and behind Ferrer and Nando, the two main markers, and it's Ferrer making the mistake. McClair's pass, here comes Busquets, and Hughes, who was balked off the ball by Nando, was hoping that the referee had spotted that. What he has spotted now is an offside against Salinas. For Manchester United, it's their 59th match of a very busy season, their 22nd cup tie. They did get domestically to the final of the League Cup, but lost when they were favourites to second division Sheffield Wednesday. They've also had the local ignominy of finishing below their great rivals Manchester City in the first division. United 6th, City 5th. Any Manchester United supporter watching anywhere in the world will understand how wounding that is. Back from Ferrer. One of the few Barcelona-born players in the side. Clayton Blackmore has had an excellent season with the back pass. Ferguson, who is a great champion of Brian McClair, and rightly so, but will feel the hurt of the opening not being taken. Bryan Robson has gone offside. Three times Robson has captained Manchester United in FA Cup success, the domestic cup of course, and winning that tournament is the qualification for the following season's Cup Winners' Cup. Barcelona have automatically booked their place in the Champions competition, the senior European club competition for next season. Hughes. Mistake by Ince. Laudrup. Salinas going ahead of him. Baquero is there as well. Bruce's header. First on the scene, Goicoechea. Now Begiristain. Salinas. Eusebio. Well, it could have been a corner. In fact, it's going to be an offside. Michael Laudrup, who seemed really destined for such greatness when he broke into international football with Denmark as a teenager. Greatness perhaps of the quality of Johan Cruff. But I think by the very highest standards, and we should judge Laudrup by that, hasn't quite fulfilled all that was expected of him, and he's still got plenty of time to do that. He's still only 26. Very special player, and tonight might yet be his night. Nicely done by Pallister. Over the top from Blackmore, one Welshman towards the other, Hughes. But Busquets had positioned well, and is starting to come to terms perhaps with first team football. He's had all of 15 minutes of it. Nando. Koeman, who can spray the ball around with such penetration in his long passing, and of course his long-range shooting as well is something that Manchester United will have prepared against. Offside, it was a close one. Mark Hughes, along with Bryan Robson, played for United the last time these two clubs met in European competition. It was back in 1984. I was fortunate enough to be at both legs of a fantastic quarter-final. 2-0 to Barcelona in Spain, 3-0 to Manchester United at Old Trafford. A great comeback. Robson scored twice. That was the Barcelona coached by Menotti, the Argentinian, and including Maradona. This may be a better side than that. Certainly the records show. Here's Koeman. Alasanko is approaching his 35th birthday. Robson is also 34. Ince. Given the time that he wanted, pressed by Eusebio. Here's Baquero. Good running by Salinas. Laudrup to the left. Wanting to cut in onto his right foot. Well, it's his first flash of real menace in the match. And United were trying to prevent the shot. They couldn't do that, but maybe they just got enough attention on Michael Laudrup to force him to drag it wide. Cut off by Ferrer, by Begiristain. contingent of Barcelona's Spanish internationals. Dutchman to Dane then, Koeman to Laudrup. European football is so cosmopolitan these days and likely to be more so. Manchester United have just signed a player from the Soviet Union, Andrei Konchelskis. He's not eligible for this tournament, but made his debut at Crystal Palace on Saturday. Here comes Blackmore, across goes Nando, effectively. Got to the ball and kept it in play, and Barcelona can counter-attack. But Sealy is there. Steve Bruce, who has scored 19 goals this season in all competitions, 11 of them penalties. I wonder whether he'll be put to the test here. Of course, just to remind you, we must have a result tonight. Level after 90 minutes, it would be extra time. Still level, and it would be the penalty shootout. Koeman. Salinas is through the centre at the moment. This is Begiristain, and now Laudrup. Koeman. Space for Nando. Salinas showing well, and screening well, and using the ball well. Bruce slides it away. A good turn by Sharp. It was too good for Eusebio, who tripped him. But Lee Sharp is built now to withstand that sort of treatment. He really has filled out over the last year. Nando. Now Alessanco, playing in his third final in this tournament. A winner in 82, a winner in 89. Barcelona also won it in 79. They haven't ever won the Champions Cup, that's their major ambition, and they'll have another chance next season. Irwin. It's a free kick to Manchester United. Taken by Bruce, but Barcelona play that type of offside game well. And Hughes fell into the trap. Hughes tried to nick it from Alessanco. Remember, they were teammates in the mid-80s. Came off Baquero. The first to it was Sharp. Here's McClair. Looking for Irwin. Laudrup having to defend. He won't enjoy that so much, but he's done it to the extent of conceding a corner. It was the referee overruling the linesman. It was quite clearly a corner. And we're halfway through the first half of the 1991 European Cup Winners' Cup final. Corner to Manchester United. The two big central defenders are there, Steve Bruce and Gary Pallister. Pallister gets to it, and the referee immediately blows against him. Pallister was one of England's centre-halves in the last international last month away in Turkey. Very nearly intercepted by Phelan, but Pereira did well. Just past the halfway mark, as I said, and the one real chance has come Manchester United's way, the halfway mark in the first half. Brian McClair after 10 minutes, beautifully put through by Gary Pallister. The Barcelona songs you can hear at the moment, and the drumming. McClair. Still McClair until Stein came in. It's a surface very suitable for the sliding tackle. Manchester United making progress down the touchline. A lot of their support is behind the goal that they're attacking in the first half. Owen. Holding on McClair by Perez. One thing about Brian McClair, he won't be downhearted by that miss. He's got a superb professional attitude. He'll just be getting on with the job. Manchester United have 4 in the centre, and Dennis Irwin's free kick. Now they have a bit of movement to go with it as well. Oh, and Pallister, and that's Hughes. And again, it's a free kick to Barcelona. It's a combination there that I think the free kick was given against Hughes for lunging in rather than against Pallister that time. But the combination of Irwin crossing the ball and Pallister up at the free kicks will still be full of potential for Manchester United. Clever play from Julio Salinas. Nando. Here's Eusebio. Baquero's in space. Call for the ball, got it. Didn't use it to Barcelona's advantage. Alasanko. Laudrup's come to the left this time, but Alasanko looks in the opposite direction. It's always been a fundamental part of Johan Cruff's belief about how the game should be played. There should be natural width, like Goalkeeper, who's on the right at the moment. Laudrup holding the position on the left. Might have been handball, but the referee had a good look at it and let the game go on. It was McClair. Here he is again. Manchester United finding him with encouraging ease. This is Goalkeeper. Koeman, who hasn't become a major influence on this final as yet. 28 now. Started with Groningen here in Holland, then went to Ajax, then of course to PSV Eindhoven, where he was a winner in the Champions Cup. It's a good idea by Baquero. Barcelona start again with Ferrer. Laudrup. Salinas through the centre. So much in terms of prestige and finance, of course, as well, at stake tonight. And for Manchester United, well, they won the European Cup back in 1968 in the days of Bobby Charlton and George Best. 23 years, a long time. And in those intervening years, Barcelona have been picking up their trophies. Here's Phelan. Confidently claimed by Carlos Busquets. And used well. Koeman now has got some room in which to express himself. Laudrup likewise. Manchester United getting players back. Koeman Tries to steer it through to Eusebio. Baquero's won it back for Barcelona. Eusebio, now Baquero. Well, the ball was skidding around inside the penalty area then. Baquero played a prominent part in the attack. But as it came back to him, he couldn't set himself for a snapshot, which might have caught United out. Here's Alessanco. There's plenty of initiative out there. It's not always paying dividends in the quest to find the crucial first goal here. Manchester United unbeaten in all their 8 European matches in the 4 rounds. Barcelona did lose in Turkey to Trabzonspor in their first game, 1-0. They put that right 7-2 at home. They also lost, of course, their most recent European game, 1-0 away to Juventus, but they were 3-1 up from the first leg. It was fairly tough going for Juventus in the later stages of that game, but they came through. Nando. Now Goalkeeper. Described to me by a character called Michael Robinson, who played First Division football in England and in Spain, and played with Goalkeeper at Osasuna as the best player in Spain. Goalkeeper, the number 7. Hasn't had much chance to prove that point yet. There's Robson. There was a misunderstanding with Phelan then. Michael Phelan being asked to play wide on the right of Manchester United's midfield. It's been a problem position for them all season. It's not natural for Phelan, nor for Webb, who's been pushed out there, nor for Ince, who's had to do a stint as well. And that's why Alec Ferguson has brought in the expensive signing from the Soviet Union, Andrei Konchelskis, to fill that particular slot. Alessanco trying to tell Busquets to throw it wide to Ferrer. He kicks long, and that plays into Manchester United's hands in terms of Steve Bruce. Robson. Here's Phelan. Taken from him rather easily by Begiristain. Robson having to play on the retreat. I think Manchester United will be a little disappointed that they haven't tested out Busquets. He's much more attuned to the atmosphere of this game now than he would have been in the opening 15 minutes or so. It's a throw, not a corner. Ferrer doing the job for Barcelona. Owen's cross, didn't get too far. Then Robson. The goalkeeper looked for a second as though he was actually coming outside of the path of the ball in relation to his goal. His handling was confident enough. Alessanco. McClair, great play from him. Oh, the goalkeeper has read it superbly. That was terrific anticipation by Busquets. Clearly concerned about the speed of Lee Sharp, and there was absolutely no chance for Sharp to get to that. after some very intelligent work by McClair. Sharp trying to get one to his feet this time. Fine play by Eusebio. Goalkeeper forcing Pallister to knock it out. So Barcelona get the throw. Goalkeeper takes it quickly, maybe not fairly. But the linesman didn't see anything wrong. A couple of ricochets there, and perhaps justice done in the end, in that it's a goal kick. Well, there's some cigarette smoke down there, but not, I can assure you, from Johan Cruff. He says he's kicked the habit, a 40-a-day man, until that heart bypass operation earlier this year. Phelan was just going to turn away then from Stein until the Barcelona number 11 left his foot in. Hughes has got behind Alessanco, who just managed to recover, but it's a corner for United, and without labouring the point, it's another opportunity. They feel confident down there. That's Jim McGregor, the physio, saying this is going to be the moment. He fancies that maybe a corner to the far post would be knocked in by Pallister or Bruce. That's Bruce going for it. Blackmore, who loves to chance his arm from long range, and in all competitions has scored 9 times this season. The Manchester United do share their goal scoring around, which is always a good sign. Ince trying to force a mistake deep into Barcelona territory. But the Spanish champions, nothing if not confident in possession. They haven't been able to find any spells here of any assertive pressure, but neither have Manchester United. It's been a well-matched opening 35 minutes. Salinas cleverly holding off Pallister there, and really forcing the push into his own back that's brought this free kick. It's not a terrific angle for a direct strike, unless you happen to be Ronald Koeman, who can conjure up shots on target from anywhere. He's got 3 to aim at in a little group in the centre. Alessanco, Salinas and Vaquero. He plays it into that sort of area. Seeley's got to come for this. The player who got that deep cut on that heavily strapped left knee, diving out at an opponent's feet at Wembley. Sheffield Wednesday's Paul Williams, in fact. Kicked very well with his good right leg. So much team spirit now in Manchester United's ranks. They've been through some difficult times together. Alex Ferguson was almost written off last season as a failure at Old Trafford. But they got together and won the FA Cup. Here they are, representing Manchester, representing England, representing Britain. Hughes, player known as Sparky, trying to find the spark for Manchester United. McClair, Hughes wants to get involved again for a longer pass, and he's shown well to be picked out by Bruce. Good play by Manchester United. Phelan's cross, excellent covering by Koeman to match the run of Paul Ince behind him. Manchester United have a throw. Ince with the ball juggling. Phelan. Laudrup. It's a stray one. An area where Barcelona can really be happy about losing the ball. Again, Busquets showing a good throwing arm. Plenty of accuracy in his distribution. This is Nando. It's a long striding marker. He's out of position at the moment. If Manchester United can get the ball forward quickly, Alasanko's got to go across to take Hughes. And who's taking Lee Sharp? Well, Nando's got back. Sharp learning quickly about the demands of a European final. He stood his corner well in the corner, and he's earned Manchester United a free kick, which he takes quickly himself, and Ferrer heads away. Bruce is onside. Busquets started to come. It's retrieved in the end by Pallister. Bruce has gone back into the centre. With both central defenders upfield, Ince has filled in the middle at the back. Barcelona haven't quite appreciated the potential in a quick ball forward. Bruce is back now, and Pallister will be there shortly. Both the team bosses here, renowned strategists, with a lot of European experience. Alec Ferguson, of course, with his in Scotland. Koeman, who you would think would be the perfect character to translate Johan Cruff's comments into action on the pitch. Here's Salinas. Laudrup's inside him. There are reinforcements coming from behind. Salinas gets the cross in. It's knocked away safely by Pallister. Eusebio. Now Nando. That's easy for Manchester United to win back. For Hughes to battle for. There is a weakness in his makeup. He does have a flash point that occasionally lets him down. He's just starting to show a flash of temper then, when he recovered his composure. Hughes, and maybe he hasn't totally recovered it. Arms flying. He's quite prepared to knock defenders about. Forward so often on the receiving end. Koeman. Here's Laudrup. Vaquero. Ferrer. It's Manchester United's use of that square back line, which brought about the breakdown. Salinas didn't go offside. He had to come back to avoid that, and in doing so couldn't take up a position where he could have received the pass. Ince. We're coming to the end of a first half in which there really haven't been too many clues as to who's going to come out on top here. Barcelona, obviously with more recent European experience prior to this season, they haven't asserted that. But here's Goicoechea emerging onto the scene, and there's Seeley having to make a very straightforward save. Manchester United, with just under 2 minutes to go to half-time, hoping that Sharp might get the better here of Alasanko. And he's played like that all his career, and he hasn't made too many errors. Koeman in danger of being trapped in possession. Phelan to Hughes. Manchester United on the move. They've got a free kick. And that really did stem from Alasanko, first of all, setting a rather slow tempo in the Barcelona half, and Koeman caught the disease and was caught in possession. Well, it's what, 30 metres plus, but with a novice goalkeeper. Are Manchester United going to try the direct route with Clayton Blackmore? The closing seconds then of the first 45 minutes here in Rotterdam. It's been a first half in which you've been left perhaps to admire the preparation for these two teams. They've given the impression of knowing a good deal about each other from the briefings from the coaching staff in Manchester and in Barcelona, and no goals here in Rotterdam. Manchester United had the clearest opportunity, and they may rue the let-off that Brian McClair gave to Barcelona when he was put through by Pallister. But a chance for Johan Cruff now to assess that half with his players, and Alex Ferguson to do likewise for Manchester United. At half-time then, in the De Kuip Stadium here in Rotterdam, it's Barcelona 0, Manchester United 0. So the Swedish referee, Bo Carlson, about to start the second half. It's 0-0 here. And let me remind you that there would be, of course, extra time and then penalties to decide it. Paul Ince going in quickly for Manchester United. Here's McClair, and now Hughes. Can he reach it first? He tried to loop it over a goalkeeper he thought was coming out. In fact, Busquets started to come and was on his way back. So a very positive start to the second half from Alex Ferguson's team. And the glimmer of a chance for Hughes, but no more than that. Manchester United have been drawing on the omen that it's 6 years ago this very night that Everton won the Cup Winners' Cup here. The last English team to win a European trophy. It's been a good ground for English sides over the years. This particular English side. And a spot of bother here to Salinas. He's launching himself a little riskily. Salinas wasn't complaining. Looks at the referee again. Barcelona, one of the richest clubs in the world, a huge annual budget, and any shortfall on the field, of course, looks worse because of their resources. They've built a very good side. Haven't really seen them at their best so far in this final, which of course is often the way under the pressures of these occasions. Error from Eusebio. Trying to get it forward quickly to Laudrup. Calm down, he looks the calmest man on the ground. Ball down the play, I think, is the message from those gestures there. Relax. Nando. Just Salinas through the centre for Barcelona. Nando taking too long, and here comes McClair for Manchester United. Ince to his left. The pass made him check back a little. Here's Blackmore. Well, they look great when they fly in, and they often have done from Clayton Blackmore. I wonder, he very quickly lined that one up, whether Alex Ferguson had said, come on, we haven't made the goalkeeper work hard enough, we haven't really seen what he's made of. Here's Phelan. Robson. Offside. Certainly Hughes, perhaps sharp as well. Stein. Barcelona have been there since the outset of European competition back in the 50s. Manchester United have given so much to Europe, of course, including tragically the lives of several players in the Munich air crash of 1958, when the team were on their way home from a European tie in Belgrade. That's why these matches are of immeasurable significance to Manchester United. I'm sure that's appreciated in all parts of the world. And Sir Matt Busby, who was in the crash, who was manager when they won the European Cup 10 years later, is here tonight, in his 80s now. He remains almost a guru for Manchester United. And Stein. There haven't been many bad tackles. That was a little more on the nasty side. Two of the flyweights on the field though, Stein and Ince. Ince is related to a former world boxing champion, Nigel Benn, so he certainly packs a punch. Good covering by Bruce against Goicoechea. Bakera. Koeman. Linking up with Alasanko, bringing Nando into the play. First goal here, the longer the game goes on, it's really going to be of maximum importance. Barcelona have only given fleeting signs of breaking through. Bruce and Pallister have been up to their tasks. Although Johan Cruff at times has deride the English way of playing with the set zonal marking. Here's Sharp. Straight much from the left. Why should he when he can do things like this? Now this is a situation of possibility for Manchester United. Sharp taking on Nando. You saw the acceleration then, and Nando was really troubled. Sharp shaken up. Blackmore takes it. Oh, goalkeeper got to it. He committed himself for it. Actually, the ball only just went over the top of Mark Hughes, almost parted his hair. And if Hughes had touched it, the goalkeeper would have been nowhere. Koeman. Barcelona have got their substitutes warming up. need to get warm on a night like this. Stein. Here comes Goalkeeper. And it's a dive, and it's a throw to Manchester United. Hughes. Now Robson. Vaquero's there for Barcelona, and he's done well. But in Gary Pallister's repertoire is a turn of speed that can get him out of trouble, and he is quicker than Salinas then. Good raised by Eusebio, that's dangerous play. It's coming up to 9 minutes played in the second half of the 1991 European Cup Winners' Cup final. And it's Barcelona 0, Manchester United 0. Hughes had turned his back. Vaquero, as he was being challenged by Robson. Koeman intercepting. Eusebio has put Koeman in trouble there. It really is a nip and tuck in the midfield area. There's been no sustained spell of attacking from either side. They've had to be patient in their pursuit of openings. That patience is still needed. Now keeps it in. Robson. No offside. Hughes. Can he go all the way? He's made space for the shot, it's deflected away. Just a second or so before Mark Hughes got going. But once he realised that the flag had stayed down, you could see what was uppermost in his mind. And Nando stretched out a leg and deflected it high. And it's a corner to Manchester United. Header by Alessanco. Goalkeeper's offside. Alec Ferguson, who is one of the great cajolers from the Dutch line. It's not in his makeup to sit matter of fact like his opposite number tonight. McClair. Here's Stein. Now Goalkeeper. Barcelona would love to see more of him in this game. In a way, he's the equivalent of Sharp, although he's almost 6 years older. Should skip on through to Seeley. Played such a major part in that FA Cup final replay last May when Manchester United beat Crystal Palace and Seeley was called in sensationally in place of Jim Leighton, the Scottish international. Seeley, who was on loan to United then, got a permanent transfer. Ferguson sorted that straight away. As Seeley's been saying all season, every game is like Christmas. Can't believe it's happening to him. Manchester United's fans have come here in vast numbers, estimates up to 20,000. Sensing perhaps that something might be on for them here. With feet. And Hughes going in! The goalkeeper got there, put back by Ince. There could well have been an offside, although the flag didn't go up. Hughes was understandably not able to get out. Well, Carlos Busquets continues to look like a well-rounded, talented goalkeeper. Remember, it's his first team game for Barcelona. Quite an extraordinary sequence of events for that to happen. McClair, now Robson, and it breaks down for Manchester United. It's taken well by McClair. Phelan moving purposefully on the far side. Well, can the corner do the trick? 13 minutes played in the second half. Sharp, shaping for an in-swinger. It's back with him again. Barcelona pushing out to the edge of the area. And Busquets once more catches it, bounces up, doesn't turn a hair. Bruce gave him a bit of a nudge along the way. So far, it's a dangerous thing to say, but no sign of Barcelona missing Andoni Zubizarreta. What they are lacking is maybe some real authority in midfield. I think Manchester United might be shading the share of possession. Koeman being quite cautious in his contribution in the midfield area, knowing that McClair in particular, the two of them close at the moment. McClair can be a dangerous opponent if he gets free, and he's got the knack of doing that. But here's Goalkeeper for Barcelona. Laudrup, still really on the periphery of the match. Salinas for Koeman. Prodded back by Blackmore. The little link up there between Laudrup and Koeman disconcerted Manchester United momentarily. Robson heads it forward. Ferrer miskicks. Sharp going in, very bravely indeed. The goalkeeper's come this time and not got there. Is it going in? No, not quite from Lee Sharp. It was a terrific effort, which he, in truth, had made possible in the first place with his earlier challenge to head it forward towards McClair. Sharp wasn't standing watching, he went to the ball again, and that was mighty close. A very difficult angle, a difficult volley. It was a great try. Begiristain. Well, Sharp lost out to Nando. What's that going to mean for Barcelona? Trying to let Laudrup take over and go around the outside. Blackmore. Hughes. I'm feeling now that Manchester United might be really starting to get on top. The flag is up. Barcelona don't seem quite so sure of themselves with the moves that have been put together from midfield. Here's Laudrup. Came to Barcelona from Juventus, of course. And there's a bit of an inquest going on in the Barcelona ranks. Laudrup not happy with the movement when he was in possession. Hughes almost settling in possession to have a run on the defence there. Manchester United, with this group of players, always feel they perform well when they're up against it. They enjoyed being cast as underdogs tonight. Koeman. And Barcelona haven't really overextended themselves from midfield. It's not been easy for Salinas. And of course we should stress again how disappointing it was for Barcelona that their leading scorer, the Bulgarian Hristo Stoichkov, has had to miss this final through an injury picked up in training. But Mark Hughes is very much out there for Manchester United. And still battling to make sure that the ball is with the team in white. It's always been a favoured strip in European ties since those great days of Real Madrid, who played in all white and won everything in sight in the late 50s. Offside against Hughes. Mark Hughes, who was voted by his fellow professionals the Players' Player of the Year towards the end of a season in which he started it by being left out by Manchester United on more than one occasion. He was only a substitute for their opening European adventure against Pech from Hungary. Sancho and Laudrup, very sloppy really for Barcelona, and Manchester United looking to embarrass them for that. They've got a free kick. It's all very well Koeman protesting, but his teammates he should be looking to really, who posed the problem in the first place. "20 minutes into the second half. Still this final looking for its first goal. Robson having a look at the angle as the referee has a look at the wall. Mackmore is there as well. Robson's pulled away to the right. Irwin, Ince are the candidates. Mackmore has always been the one who's had a crack. This time it's Irwin. Sharp. Yes, obstruction by Nando. His influence on this match is increasing. Lee Sharp, who won't be 20 until the 27th of this month, just signed a 5-year contract with Manchester United. That's how highly they rate him. Bruce and Pallister there, Hughes and McClair, the other two in the centre. Mackmore takes it, and there is a gusty wind around the stadium. This is a ground much favoured by UEFA for the European finals. It's got a very good proven security record. As I said earlier, it's been one that's had a good record in terms of success for English clubs. Tottenham back in 1963 won this trophy here, and Everton, as I mentioned earlier, in 1982 Aston Villa picked up the Champions Cup, beating Bayern Munich 1-0. And it could be another 1-0 game in prospect here as we reach the three-quarter mark of regulation time. Taken by Robson, headed by Bruce under challenge with Baquero, and Hughes was there right on the line. Well, Hughes made absolutely sure before the whole of the ball had gone in. It'll be one that they'll sort out in the dressing room. Well, there's confusion for you from the television men here. They show you a picture of Bruce and put the name Hughes. underneath. But Steve Bruce, who scored 19 times before tonight, won the crucial header. And it was certainly going, it seemed, inside the post, but Mark Hughes was there to make absolutely sure. And technically, it would seem to be Hughes' goal. But it's Manchester United 1, Barcelona 0. And now surely Barcelona have got to come out and offer more concerted attacking play than we've seen from them so far. The Manchester United support here bellow their appreciation. 23 years since Bobby Charlton led up the team at Wembley to collect their only European trophy, the Champions Cup. Bobby Charlton now a director of Manchester United. And is Bryan Robson going to get his hands on the Cup Winners' Cup, having played a big part in the goal? Robson's free kick, and then Bruce and Hughes combine. Vaquero aggrieved. Well, there are 20 minutes left. The goal coming at a time when United were growing in stature. Here's Phelan. And Hughes, Barcelona's marking isn't tight enough. The Spanish League champions are a goal down to the team which finished 6th in the English First Division. Goicoechea. Laudrup going to the near post. Laudrup is there! And it falls, fortunately for Manchester United. Nando. That's easy for Sealy. This is more like it from Barcelona, helped on by Laudrup. It didn't run for them in truth. There's going to be a substitution for Barcelona. They're going to bring on a striker, Pinilla. And the number 3 forward is being held up, and Alasanko, this great stalwart, is going off. So that means a change, tactically as well as in personnel. Sharp needs some attention. And he was caught by the leading arm from Nando. Sharp's okay. Doesn't hurt so much when you're 19, if I can remember that far back. Well, Mark Hughes is giving a mighty performance here, with all the incentive, of course. He went to Barcelona as a single man. He wasn't really settled in Spain. He didn't pick up the language or the style of play. He played his heart out for the team, but it didn't always come off. Well, Bruce went for that. Now that should be a corner. He's wondering whether he might have been impeded by Salinas as he got to the ball. And now Manchester United have brought everyone back. Koeman's corner. You would expect United to defend well at set pieces. It's a strong part of the English game. McClair. All in trying to get away. But he found the perfect shot. Robson's through ball caught them out. Busquets came, didn't get there this time. And Hughes from way on the far side of the penalty area drove it to European glory. They're singing in the rain, the supporters from Manchester. But here's Salinas, and the euphoria has to be put to the back of the mind for the players, if not for the fans. That's going to be a corner. Takes it. Robson steers it away. Sharp is there. Koeman. This is Laudrup. And Hughes, the man of the night, runs into, well, a competitive tackle by Vaquero. Manchester United agreed by it. Hughes is hurt by it, and the referee is provoked by it into producing the yellow card against the number 6, who now sports the captain's armband given to him by the departed Alasanko. Did he get the ball or did he go over it? Well, it was a combination of both. He got to the ball with the left and damaged Hughes with the right foot. It'll take more than that to stop Mark Hughes as he looks to set the record straight in a European context. Of course, after Barcelona he was loaned to Bayern Munich by the Spanish club and very much looked the part in German football. But he's always had Manchester United so much in his heart. And Alex Ferguson has seen another fabulous performance from the player who's certainly got one goal and to my mind really should have them both. Despite the joy of Steve Bruce when he headed the ball towards the net, but Hughes put it into the net. Barcelona only have 12 minutes to go. And the favourites are flagging. And Manchester United, who scored 4 goals, albeit with the help of extra time in their only other European win, are now going to see their captain get the yellow card. Bryan Robson, maybe with the passing of years, doesn't quite get to as many tackles cleanly as he used to. Koeman, Dutchman, hasn't been able to put on a show in his home country. Laudrup. Now Barcelona need his inspiration now. Well, they have a free kick. It hasn't been a fractious final. There have been very few tetchy moments. The players' behaviour has been good, but the style of play of the Cruyff team hasn't been up to their usual standards. But Koeman, can he produce one of his party pieces here? It's not beyond him, even at this range. And there it goes! Ronald Koeman! The barest change of expression from the coach as one Dutchman scores via Les Seely's dive. It dipped awkwardly for the goalkeeper, hit the post, hit the goalkeeper and went back in. 2-1. It's been late coming, this final, but it's living up to our expectations now. And Manchester United must sweat it out for 10 minutes. That's the time Barcelona have left to strike again and maybe steer us into extra time. Koeman back defending. The firecrackers are going off from the Barcelona fans. Koeman. Just when Barcelona were in dire need of stimulation. Laudrup. Vaquero. And here's Pinilla. The linesman is flagging. The ball goes in, but the flag was up. And the substitute is shocked by that. I must say my first reaction when the ball was played wide to Pinilla was that he was onside. The linesman was looking from the perfect position. He saw it differently, to the considerable relief of Manchester United and their fans. But it's very, very finely balanced now when United seem to be sailing to victory with the double blast in the second half. Vaquero. Here's Nando. Pallister pokes it out. Pinilla. Goalkeeper. Played further wide by Koeman. Barcelona switching the point of attack. Vaquero. Now Laudrup spending more time on the left. Not finding the route forward, which is Hughes. Salinas. Here's Goalkeeper. Robson. Laudrup wins it back to Barcelona. You'll see just how stern Manchester United's resolve is now. Conceding the goal as Phelan can't control the ball on the far side. Johan Cruff moved enough to stand up. Koeman. Vaquero. Now Goalkeeper. Great a zip to Barcelona's passing. And still some steel in Manchester United's tackling. No foul given against Sharp. 7 minutes left. And no one leaving the stadium. Manchester United 2, Barcelona 1. And Bruce just got in the way. Barcelona seem to have a man over there. Scoring goals really hasn't been a problem for them this season. They've ripped their opponents apart in the Spanish league. But Hughes is tearing Barcelona apart again here. Brought down by Nando. And that's construed as a goal-scoring opportunity. Nando is sent off. Koeman complains about the red card. But that's the measure of Mark Hughes. When Manchester United were really suffering, he simply took over the game again, and away he went. And Nando wrestled him to the ground, and he's off. With him, perhaps, Barcelona's chances of effecting and completing the comeback. There have been a number of players sent off playing against Manchester United in this Cup Winners' Cup run. And it's not the first time it's happened in an incident with Mark Hughes. And can't believe it. Blackmore, well fielded by the goalkeeper. 5 minutes left. This was a good strike. It evaded the wall. Almost in fact hit it too well. It flew exactly where Busquets was standing. Already the first sounds of the whistles from the Manchester United supporters, prematurely trying to get the referee to end the game. Is felled. Of course, if Barcelona were to take it to extra time, they'd have to play the extra 30 minutes of play alive. They'd settle for doing that in this situation, though. Salinas, and Sealy won't stop the corner. Barcelona will push everybody in, everybody but the goalkeeper, although we've seen that done before, though I can't recall it happening in a European final. Oh, Vaquero round the back. He's good at getting free. This tiny little midfield player with a great presence, though, in the air. Sealy's come. Back from Vaquero. Oh, and if Pinilla could have diverted it towards goal, Sealy could have been left high and dry. He nearly didn't get here at all, Les Sealy. He forgot his passport when the team went to Manchester Airport. Not the first and certainly not the last professional footballer to do that. Less than 3 minutes to go, plus any time that this Swedish referee, Bo Carlson, will add on. Irwin, get it long is the message from Manchester United. And Ferrer so anxious to plant the ball back that he missed it completely the first time. Pallister up well. And here's Hughes, the torturer of Barcelona. And he tries, Pele-like, to give Alex Ferguson the comfort of a 2-goal lead. It's very anxious down there on the Manchester United bench. Oh, and a mistake by Bruce. This is Pinilla. Laudrup off the line. Clayton Blackmore to the rescue, maybe only temporarily. But here's Hughes, and with him in possession, there's always great hope for United. He's found Brian McClair. Sharp's got up in the centre. This is Robson, 4 forward for Manchester United. They can make absolutely certain here. McClair! Thought he saw a gap down by the near post. Busquets has played very well on his debut. United in no hurry to take the corner. Sharp, little trip on him, he didn't fully go down, but free kick given. Bryan Robson passing, wanting to know just how long there was to go, I'm sure. Sharp. Deciding he might keep it in the corner, or try to do that. Barcelona have the throw, but they don't have the time. They're 2-1 down. Koeman to Begiristain. Here's Vaquero. Barcelona have responded manfully, but the odds are still against them. 45 minutes of the second half, the 90 minutes are up. Hughes. That was a flying challenge from Robson. Koeman gets it into the centre. It's all over. The European Cup Winners' Cup for 1991 goes to Manchester United. And Mark Hughes is the hero against his old club. And it's Manchester United's cup. And they'll be back to defend it next season. Brian McClair. Behind him, Clayton Blackmore. And wait for the roar when Mark Hughes holds it up. Steve Bruce. Dennis Irwin. The players who have proved their point. Manchester United, I suppose, vulnerable to the criticism that they haven't won enough. They haven't won the league since 1967. But they have had a flair for the cups.